Hello and welcome to another Greenfoot tutorial. This is Ramon and today you're going to learn how to add sounds in your scenario. But of course, before you can add sounds, you have to get the sounds or the sound assets first you can create your sound or you can record the sound. You can generate it or you can download a sound clip from the internet. So make sure whatever you download or use for your scenario is free to use or you already own them. Okay, so let's try to get something from the internet. I already preloaded a page in which I will be getting the eating sound for my turtle because I want to make some sounds whenever it eats, or I want my turtle to make some sounds whenever it eats the burger. So I got it from soundbible.com. I already downloaded it. So the sound chips or eating chips sound is already downloaded here. Then if you're using a Windows 10 computer, you can just click this drop down arrow, select show in folder, and now it brought me to the downloads folder of my computer. Then you'll find that in this downloaded file, it has a pretty long file name, which is okay whenever you want to really find that specific file. It's very actually helpful because you have here the actual source of the file, which is soundbible.com. But what you want here is I want you to rename this because later on we're going to type or call this file name. So let's rename this to something that is easy to remember and can be easily typed later on. So we can right click rename, or a shortcut in Windows is pressing the function 2 or F2, and that's the shortcut for rename. You can rename it to, let's say, Munch. Okay, so also check out the file name extension, which is the WAV file or .wav. Later, you're going to append it at the end of the file name when we use it in our code. And let's now, before we leave the downloads folder, I want us to copy this file. Right click, copy, and then go to the documents folder. And we're going to head to the trick scenario, okay, of our section folder. If you notice under the trick scenario, you may have seen this before. There are two folders here, images and sound. So if you want to put your own images, you can place it here in that folder, or of course, if you have your own sounds, you can place it under the sounds folder. Open the sounds folder, double click, then paste the sound clip. Okay, we're going to go back to that later, and now let's have our trick scenario open within our Greenfoot IDE. So now, since we want our turtle to play the sound whenever it eats a burger, if you recall, we have a method called feed animal. Okay, under feed animal method, we're going to add the line in which allows you to add the sound. So where can you find this method that plays a sound file? It is under the Greenfoot class, if you're wondering. So if you check the Greenfoot class, scroll and find that there is a method called playSound, which is self-explanatory. It plays a sound from a file. It requires a string. So what is a string? A string is a type of data, which is a combination of characters. Characters meaning numbers, letters, and symbols. So, and then what string data? The sound file. So what you're going to type here whenever you see string data being required as a parameter, you have to enclose it in quotation marks. So let's use it in our code. So since we're borrowing the place sound method from the Greenfoot class, just like the key down method and the get random number method, they all came from the Greenfoot class. We have to tell the computer where we got this method from. So it's under the Greenfoot class. So Greenfoot dot type the name of the method. It's case sensitive, so be careful. Play sound, and then again, it requires a string, quotation marks. Then, of course, recall what is the name of the sound clip that you just downloaded. Remember, we have renamed it to Munch with a capital M. Then append the end, the file name extension, which is the WAV file, which is .wav. And we end this line with a semicolon. So let's try our program, compile. Okay, so as you notice, no syntax error. We are free to run our program. So run. So if you notice, it takes some time to end the sound file, but it works. Whenever it eats the burger, it actually plays the sound. Okay, so all right, so we might probably need to edit that or trim the sound file further to at least maybe end it in a second because it's too long. Even though we have ended already the program, it still plays the sound. But anyway, we can create our own sound anyway. So we can do that by let's try making our own sound or generating our own sound by using the sound recorder of Greenfoot. So it's already built in. Under controls, you can find the sound recorder. So show sound recorder, and I'm going to record a sound here. I'll name this ouch later on, and this sound clip will play whenever the pelican touches the turtle. So let's record. Ow! Okay, so that is the sound that I want to hear whenever the pelican eats the turtle. So let's try playing it. Ow! So if you can hear that there is some ambient noise before the playing of the sound, this is the blank sound or the noise. You want to remove unnecessary sound files there. We can just click this sound graph and select what the part of the recording, and then we can try this play selection. Ow! Okay, so it's clear enough for me. I can trim the selection similar to cropping a picture. So now I have here my recorded file. Ow! So I'll name this under the file name field. I'll name it ouch. .wav is already added, or it's automatically saved as a WAV file. If you notice, if you haven't saved the file yet, you'll find the note or status here, not saved. So make sure you click save before closing the sound recorder. Click save, then close the program. Okay, so if you're wondering where did Greenfoot save your recording, it should be under the sounds folder of your scenario. So this is it. Okay, so we have the munch and ouch. Let's try to use the ouch. If you check the turtle, you won't find the method um, which makes the turtle disappear whenever the pelican touches it. Because remember, we have coded it under the pelican and name it eat turtle. Okay, so now under the pelican, this is where we're going to write the play sound instead. So again, eat turtle, if it's touching turtle.class, play the sound first before removing the turtle. So greenfoot dot play sound and then close parenthesis, quotation mark. Let's call it, well, of course, it's named ouch.wav, semicolon, then compile. Okay, so that's it. Um, let's try our program. So the playing of the munching sound works. How about when it gets eaten by the pelican? So let's get to touch a pelican here. Ow! And that's it. I hope you've learned from this video how to add sounds in two ways. Well, you can download or you can record your own sound effect, and of course, to use the play sound method from the Greenfoot class, you have to call the method from the Greenfoot, so greenfoot.playsound, and you have to supply the file name inside the parameter and close it in quotation mark. That's it for today. Goodbye.